Hello, and welcome to TSTV, a show in which I, Sadie, guide my friend Lily through the wild world of Twin Peaks. Today we're talking about Twin Peaks episode 22, also known as season 2, episode 15, also known as Slaves and Masters. I had a moment there where I was like, said hello, and I was like faced by the void of like, what do I say? And then it just like came to me like in a vision. Anyway, how are you doing, Lily?
I'm having plenty of visions of my own. I'm in my element. I'm prophetic. I'm having prophecies. So, all around, pretty good summer so far.
Yeah, that's, classic trans women moments.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah, dude, I've been good. I mean, the big change in my life since we last recorded is that I've been trying to go vegetarian again.
Ooh.
Which, as you know, I was for like most of my childhood. From like 9 to 18, I didn't eat any meat.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I got into a relationship, it was just like, okay, I'm going to be over for dinner at your family's house all the time. And those people already have like 30 allergies. So it's a lot to work around. And I just wanted to be easy, but I've missed it. And so I've been like easing back into all these meals that I ate like in high school. And it's actually been kind of wonderful.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I've been eating a lot of beans, legumes, a lot of vegetables. And part of the reason I put this out there is to say, listeners, if any of you have good vegetarian recipes, please shoot us an email, because I'm really running out of ideas here, as much fun as I'm having.
This is great because you'll get some recipe ideas in like 8 months.
Yep. Presumably. Well, look, if I'm not still vegetarian by the time this comes out, I hope this will force me back into it, because I'll get a bunch of great recipes. We'll see. We're experimenting. How about you, Sadie?
It's been a few weeks since we recorded, during which time I went to visit my very sweet Grandma Claire in Ottawa. And the podcast came up and she said, oh, yeah, I listened to a bit of the first episode. It was good. But my Grandma Claire is a very avid bird watcher. She was like, you know me, I would probably just like to listen to a podcast about birds. So this one goes out to Claire. Let's talk about birds.
Oh my God, dude. Okay. I have a great one. I was in the Eastern Townships a couple days ago and I saw a fucking bald eagle.
Whoa, that is fun.
It was enormous. I didn't think we had those around here. It was remarkable. You tell me about birds now. Your turn.
I remember I went on a hike like back in the fall and saw a barred owl, and that was cool. Okay, here's what's up. I was going to talk about the red-winged blackbird because where I live in Verdun down by the river, there's always a shitload of these guys, and they're all around, and they look really cool, and apparently they'll dive bomb you. But okay, I just googled red-winged blackbird. The Wikipedia page says it is found only in the wetlands of Cuba. Oh, hold on. This is the red-shouldered blackbird.
Ah, rookie mistake.
Although the red-winged blackbird does not have a red wing, it just has a red shoulder.
I know,
and
you're right.
There's a lot of them in my neighborhood.
Anywhere you get water.
So anyway, that's the bird of the week.
Bird of the week. Oh, I would love if this was a new segment. I mean, you know me, I love a bird.
What's your favorite bird?
What's my favorite bird? That's a cruel question, Sadie. How could I? What's your favorite love? What's your favorite kiss?
Wow.
These questions just diminish the thing. And I think I'll be leaving now.
I'm really pushing this one out because I want to give it up for Claire,
Can I get a podcast recommendation to Claire? Will you convey this for me?
Yes.
There's a podcast called Bird Note. Ooh. And it is a 1 minute long podcast that last I checked publishes every day about a different bird.
Whoa, just 1 minute about a bird every day?
Yeah, and you get to hear their call, and dude, it's wonderful.
I feel like I should do that. I would listen to 1 minute about a bird every day.
And you can.
That sounds good as fuck. I remember when I was a kid, I had really strong feelings about... Yeah, you ever read Animorphs?
Dude, of course.
I had really strong feelings about Tobias, who gets stuck as was it a red-tailed hawk?
I think so. Yeah, that sounds right.
In a way that was definitely a bit transgender, but like, oh my God, he transformed and now he's stuck in bird body.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's trying to date his girlfriend, but he's a bird. Fuck.
Oh my God. She has a trans son now, the author, or a trans kid.
Yeah, I wasn't sure which one, like what the gender of the kid was, but I did hear that, and so shout out. So listen,
Listen.
J.K. Rowling, eat shit. We have, wait, what's her name? Is that Kay Applegate?
It is Kay Applegate, my queen,
Yeah.
my girl.
Kay Applegate knows what's up. We know which young adult and children's fiction writer we stan.
Easy.
Anyway, that's bird talk.
Anyway, that concludes Bird Talk, our new segment where we talk about birds for Claire. You got anything else to catch me up on?
Yeah, the other thing I did this week is I watched a movie that I think you would like a lot. Maya showed it to me. Maya's been trying to get me to watch it for a while. It's called The Fall, directed by Tarsem Singh. And it is about, it's like the early 20th century. There's this young girl who has broken her arm and is recovering at a hospital. Also in the hospital is a stunt actor who broke broke his legs or like broke his spine in a way that his legs are not doing anything.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, tell me a story. And he just starts telling her a story, just like of random bullshit. And it is like half her like going around and like trying to bug him and like exploring the hospital, and half her imagination of the story that he's telling.
Wow.
Which includes a bunch of stuff like he was in a bunch of like Wild West movies. No, like he describes one of the protagonists of his story as like an Indian. And it's clear that he means like a, cowboys and Indians type Indian, quote unquote. But throughout the whole movie, because it's her imagination, she's just imagining it as like a friend of hers who works at the like orchard that she works at.
Who is like Indian?
Yeah, from India. Yeah. But it's like really crazy visuals. It was shot in like something like 30 countries or something, maybe even more.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah.
How have I never heard of this movie?
And like just like really, really out there visuals. It does one of my favorite things that a movie does, which is it has like one crazy ass sequence that totally breaks the like, visual vocabulary that it's been using so far. It also has Lee Pace. It was like a pretty, I think here's part of why you probably never heard about it is $30 million budget, box office 3.7 million. It was like,
Woof.
Yeah. And it was like really, really hard to find up until last year when Mubi got rights for a 4K restoration.
Damn.
So it's on Mubi. It's on Tubu.
Dude, literally just catch it on Hebe with ads.
Exactly. I think you would like it because it is you have to be like in a specific Venn diagram to like it. Namely,
what are the circles?
I think it's like, on the one hand, you need to be down for like some unconventional storytelling and really out there visuals. And like, it's very interested in meandering through a like really elaborate self-indulgent like idea of storytelling. I just put a screenshot in chat of like just two of the sets that they film on to give you a sense of how crazy it looks.
Oh my God.
But on the other hand, it is also like very invested in like character-based emotional melodrama in like an almost saccharine way. So you need to be like pretentious enough to fuck with it, but not too much that you can't be like, wow, and then the kid has the feeling, but I feel like you're in that Venn diagram. It's really good. It's really fun. I recommend it wholeheartedly.
I'm flattered by that. Yeah, this also just sounds like a great match for Twin Peaks fans in general.
Yes, I would agree. I would agree.
Hell yeah. On my end, I've been having a real music moment lately. I realized that I wasn't really caught up on like the big albums I had been looking forward to for a lot of this year. And some of that is just because many of them turned out underwhelming. Like the new Japanese Breakfast really isn't doing it for me. But yesterday, Exclaim, the Canadian music magazine, came out with their like best albums of the year so far. And I made a really good discovery that I really want to share with listeners here. And I feel like this is a great chance to get in on the ground level, unless they've gotten really famous since I'm saying this. But the band is called Ribbon Skirt. They're from here. And the album is called Bite Down. And this is like a very explicitly political sort of punk album. The band is fronted by, what's her name?
Is it Toshina Buswa?
Yes, it is. She's an Anishinaabe woman and just like a really charming and immediate vocalist. If you liked the Wednesday album from last year, did you listen to that? It's kind of similar. Yeah, it just goes really hard, super charming and heavy at the same time. They're talking about climate, talking about commodifying and consuming like indigenous identity, and it rips, dude. I've listened to it like 3 times since yesterday.
You know what? I just added that to my library. I look forward to listening to this.
Rock and roll. One last time, that is Bite Down by Ribbon Skirt. Heavy recommend.
Hell yeah. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Anyway, want to talk about Twin Peaks?
You know, I think I do.
All right. I wasn't sure if you were going to be like, no, let's talk more about birds. Okay.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let me pull up the log lady.
My girl.
All right. She says to us, a death mask.
A death mask. Is there a reason for a death mask? It is barely a physical resemblance. In death, the muscles so relaxed, the face so without the animating spark. A death mask is almost an intrusion on a beautiful memory. And yet, who could throw away the casting of a loved one? Who would not want to study it longingly as the distant freight train blows its mournful tone?
Wow, that was better than the episode.
Oh,
that was great.
I kind of like this. Okay, well, I guess we'll get there. But this is, I feel like, one of the most, like, I don't know, Log Lady, what do you think about a death mask which features it in this episode? Like, a lot of them feel like, hello, it is me, David Lynch, speaking to you through Catherine Coulson, the Log Lady. Here is something to think about the themes of Twin Peaks. And this was just kind of like, hey, Log Lady, what do you think about that?
Oh, it's funny. Honestly, I found this pretty helpful because the very last scene where Dale finds like a mask in his bed, right? Is that a death mask? Is that what I don't really know what a death mask is. But this is contextualizing that scene.
A death mask is the likeness of a person's face after their death by taking a cast or impression from the corpse.
And does this episode feature anything concretely like that? Or
I think the mask at the end is supposed to be Carolyn Death Mask. I think I also only concretely know that because of how the Twin Peaks wiki says it in its recap. But I think that's what we're supposed to take away.
Interesting.
Which is funny because it's true. The episode really doesn't tell you that. It is just like, damn, there's a mask.
There's a mask. Well, the show likes masks. Like at One-Eyed Jack's, Audrey wore that mask, right?
Yes. And don't we all like masks?
Oh, tell me about it. Okay, a death mask is almost an intrusion on a beautiful memory. It feels like it picks up where some of the first season left off, which is I had this whole thing in the first season about how people were recasting what Laura was in like a destructive way, you know? And it actually felt like the remembering was the intrusive thing. So yeah, it reminds me of that. Obviously, was it Carolyn, the lady who died?
Yes.
So she is the obvious one we can point to and be like, that's the dead lady. But I don't think, like, Dale is not metaphorically death masking her or whatever. Like, I don't, I'm not sure who the log lady is criticizing here, I guess. Maybe it's that Windom is fixated on his dead wife, who he presumably killed.
There is something about this whole stretch of season 2 is kind of a death mask of what the show was before this. Like, you know, the idea of like what Twin Peaks was died and they revealed the killer and now we're kind of molding after it in a sense, you know?
I like that. Oh, dude, that really lines up with some notes I have for this one.
We got some hashtag analysis.
Annalise does. All right.
Exactly. Anyway, shall I recap the episode?
Please.
Okay, first things first, we are not free from Fuck Mansion. I repeat, there has been no escape from Fuck Mansion. Get back in there, James HURLEY, you pouting little slut. Anyway, when Windom Earle decided that just the one chess-based high-concept fucked-up clue delivery system wasn't enough, so he sent pieces of his dead wife's wedding dress to a bunch of cities that make a big C on a map. He's still doing the chess thing, though, which Dale's dealing with by contracting Pete, who it turns out has secretly been a chess genius the whole time. But other important Earle news, he's really into playing the flute now, and has decided to keep Leo as a boy pet. Also, he's giving some kind of message to Donna, Audrey, and Shelley, and leaves a spooky death mask for Dale, but that's a lot less important than the boy pet. Meanwhile, Hank is getting sent back to the slammer for shooting Leo. Nadine invents polyamory when she walks in on Ed and Norma in the afterglow. The cops suspect Josie probably shot that guy, but Catherine seems ready to sell Josie to Thomas Echkardt as, I guess, a sex slave in what continues to be the worst plotline of the show. And last but not least, Audrey, Jerry, and Jacoby bring Ben back from Civil War land by having him win the Civil War for the South? 10 question marks? Here's some trivia about this episode. It's directed by Diane Keaton.
Yeah, okay, I know that name, but who is she?
Diane Keaton has been in a bunch of things. Let me see. She's frequently collaborated with Woody Allen, Rip. She's an actor, and it's one of those things where she's been in a million things throughout the 70s through 90s.
Is there a particular thing you know her from?
To be honest, I may have never seen anything with her in it. Apparently, she rose to prominence. She was in The Godfather.
Oh, damn. Oh, she was in Finding Dory.
Oh, shout out. Inshallah, they find her. But, yeah, I don't know that I've... Oh, she's in Annie Hall. Oh, well, yeah, Woody Allen. There you go. I have maybe never seen a thing with her in it, but she's been in a lot of things. And this was either her first director or she was, very new to it. This is just a quote from an article, but she says... This is just ripped straight from the Twin Peaks wiki also, but she said she wanted to learn more about directing and says that she didn't have much contact with David Lynch and that he told her to, quote, do whatever you want and goodbye. Here, you have any ideas? Do it.
Goodbye.
So, okay, yeah, to get into the episode itself and what we think of it, I gotta say, I think Diane Keaton directed this episode well. As far as this stretch of season 2 of Twin Peaks, I think that this episode has some of the most, if not, I think maybe the most intentional directorial decisions that we have seen in this stretch. And I like a lot of them. There's stuff like the scene when Dale is sneaking the fibers from Josie's coat, but we see him talking with Pete and they're framed through the windows of the door. And
That's
true. That's a cool looking shot, and feels very done with intention, and had a original idea of how it would look cool that is not just aping some of the things that David Lynch does. It does also have things it keeps fading in and out these chess pieces with a scary musical sting that are extremely funny. But even some of the weird effects on the Fuck Mansion climax in the end when it's slow-mo and weird. It is evoking the Bob sequence back in Lonely Souls, but I don't know, it works for me. I enjoy it. I like this episode more than I thought I would. I think a lot of the season 2 goofy shit is successfully goofy for me. It is really funny that we're back at Fuck Mansion. Just keeping Leo as a little sadomasochist pet. Also ring the bell. The two truths and a lie have been determined. But I gotta say, this one I think slots into the this is a fun episode to watch. But you seem less hot on it. Tell me your thoughts.
Oh, well, I don't hate it or anything. I think it's in large part that a lot of these plot lines are just I'm not super invested in them, and they've just been going on for 10 or 15 episodes now.
Yes.
Which isn't this particular episode's fault. I'm just I'm maybe getting a little bit of season 2 fatigue,
Honestly, I think that is the biggest negative thing that I was going to say, which I was also thinking is there's so much and it's so long, this whole stretch. And also it truly, so many of these plot lines have just been spinning the wheels. We've said a lot about Fuck Mansion, but Fuck Mansion really just has been the same shit every episode, but also Ben Horn. It's Ben Horn is fun for having a new insane scheme every week, and he's if I say something like the co-host Sheev Palpatine pivot post, do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Dude, not remotely.
This was just a post someone made about like thinking about Palpatine's schemes throughout all the Star Wars movies and like what the fuck was he doing? And it's just like, okay, so I have this boy, I force impregnated his mom. All right, okay. Oh, actually, he's kind of what's up. Okay, pivot. Oh no, he's killing me. Okay, pivot. We got a clone. I'm gonna put myself. But that's kind of what Ben Horn is doing, also, you know. And has been like 8 episodes now that he is just every scene that we see him. I mean, they resolve it now, but every scene has just been, and he thinks he's in the Civil War. That's crazy. And it's just the same scene every time.
That's fuck. And every individual scene I have fun with. Like,
yes.
Honestly, of the long doing nothing plots, it is my preferred one. But just for instance, like the fuck mansion thing, everything that happened with that plot line in this episode could have just been skipped and nothing would be different. Because like at the end of last episode, James and Donna were escaping. They could have just escaped. I don't really care that dude has been shot now. Like that's not relevant to my life, you know? But no, I mean, I'm not a hater or anything. I think it has its redeeming qualities. I think there are a couple like really goofy, zany choices that are made. It's a decent episode of television. It's better than your average episode of fucking SVU or whatever.
Mm-hmm. To me, this is a good episode that is trapped in a very long stretch of a season that, like, I think, honestly, I feel like if like Diane Keaton had been given an episode to direct at like the beginning of season 2, it might be an all-timer. I think she really does a good job on this.
She's not phoning it in. Like, you can tell this is something she was excited to do. She wanted to do right by the show.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, well, we've got 10 episodes to assign. Let's give one to Diane Keaton. You're right. She does deserve credit for that.
And David Lynch said, heh, goodbye.
All right. Want to get into the scenes?
Yeah. Tell me about the intro.
Yeah, sure. So this is a slow, ominous pan over from like within a chessboard. The pieces like all up really, really close. Not much of note until there's like a final shot of the black queen piece, and then a smaller image of that piece appears within itself, you know? Like one of those like 80s family portraits where like it's a bunch of pictures cross-faded together. And I assume that this is a symbol for someone, the Black Queen, but like who is it? I guess Dale, maybe? It's not clear to me.
We do then cut to Evelyn all in black at Fuck Mansion, so maybe that?
That's true.
But yeah, that was my note. It is a thing that this episode keeps doing is like in a scene transition, just like intercut a little fade over of chess piece with the scary stinger, and I just think it's great. I think it's really funny. Every time I was very charmed.
Chess understanders sound off. Is it like, could the Fuck Mansion thing be, is the back and forth at all like a chess match? Like how one of those transpires? I wouldn't know. Let us know.
If we get an email about that, it's going to be the craziest email we've ever received. Hello, I love your transsexual podcast. I'm
a chess expert.
As a chess expert, when he goes and shoots, it's like the Queen's Gambit. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's go to Fuck Mansion.
Let's go to Fuck Mansion.
I just thought you thought we were out of Fuck Mansion. It is so funny. Like looking at your prediction last time, you said James is back in town. He takes one look at Nadine, etc., and goes, "This isn't the TV show I want to be in," and leaves again. He goes east this time to Missoula, Montana. His bike breaks somehow, so he needs to do it on riding mode, and we never see him again. But just like this was you being like, what's the goofiest thing they could do after finally signaling that James is coming back to Twin Peaks? Having him leave to go to a different place. And it is even stupider and funnier that they're like, no, he goes right back to Fuck Mansion.
You're right. God. Yeah, but now presumably his business has to be done there, right? And I'm predicting this now because it would be really funny to be wrong. Like now he's done there and he's definitely not going back, right?
Yeah.
Like now he's going to go hang out with Donna and they're going to realize they have nothing in common.
Yeah, so what the fuck is actually going on in the scene? This is Malcolm and Evelyn are talking to the police. This is them doing the like, that James HURLEY, oh my god, he must have been the one who fucked up the car and killed my husband. We we get the cop who doesn't know how to spell jaguar, but
Yeah. And then he just writes car instead.
yeah. This one kind of just comes and goes. Do you have notes on this one?
I have one quick note, which is that when the cop leaves, he is followed like in single file marching by 2 other police officers. And it's like,
that is really good. I
it's
missed
so
that.
goofy.
Kind of like the like silent chorus of sailors or whatever that we see at the bar later. That's another thing that's like, I think, a touch that feels like it has the spirit of season 1 Twin Peaks in a fun way, I think. Little weird moments like that.
I like that this world is populated by weird people who follow weird rules, but I don't understand. But no, I'm just too far into soap opera mode. I don't need to understand. The other thing about this scene is that Jeffrey's body language out of nowhere, as far as I recall, is like very physically threatening to Evelyn.
Yeah.
It's what I thought was going to happen with Bobby and Shelley. Like, woman leaves an abusive partner for another abusive partner. Bobby's just a shithead, but Jeffrey seems like he's actually abusive.
Yes, I would agree. So we then see the other half of this fuck mansion sequence, which is Donna and James are at Wally's Hideout, our favorite fuck shit bar. And, you know, James is like, oh my God, I'm innocent. Donna's like, we have to stay on the move. And James is like, no, I have to go back to fuck mansion. Evelyn, I'm sure she'll help. And I do really like, there's like these cigar smoking sailors just lined up at the bar and they're listening to opera as we fade in. And I think that, again, is the kind of touch that feels like it's being like, yeah, Twin Peaks has some weird shit in it. And it's not like, haha, just throw some random shit in there. It feels like it genuinely is like, has the touch of when there would just be a bunch of like tap dancing guys in the Great Northern in the middle of a scene, you know? I do like it.
Sure. Yeah, that's cool. You're selling me on this episode.
No, and like there's this insane painting in the background that I don't know if it was at Wally's Hideout before, but it's like there's a triptych on like the 3 like walls of the bar of this like couple seducing each other. Also, the waiter keeps coming up and interrupting Donna and James as they're like talking and scheming, and they just keep like shimmying down the bar to try to avoid him. There's a bit when a waiter comes up and James has like a little umbrella that he's playing with, and when a cop walks by, he like a little drink umbrella, and he like hides it as if he's like, oh, I can't let the cops see that I'm playing with my drink umbrella. That he afterwards takes it out and is like nervously fidgeting with it. And then the cop goes up and all of the sailors or whatever just go, hi, Frank. And you know what? It's fun. I think again, this has the sauce of like just throwing some weird shit in there with the Twin Peaks energy that doesn't feel like a death mask. That doesn't feel like it's just going like, I don't know, would David Lynch put a weird thing in there? I don't know. Give us a zoom, or, you know, it feels like it's really having fun with it.
I'm glad that it hit you that way. I can't lie. Like, I feel like it didn't, maybe it's just that I watched it in like when I was kind of tired and like moody, but it didn't give me that sort of same delight of like, I don't know, in a David Lynch directed episode or in one of his movies, you'll just meet such a character that is just like so zany without being showy, and this feels like okay, let me make this concrete. The white horse, right?
Sure.
In Lonely Souls.
Yeah.
That is a symbol that you don't need to analyze it for it to strike you a certain way, and yet there's so much there. Like, it's just like profoundly affecting. Same with like the super tall waiter dude. These are maybe just not like as art directed of choices. Like the waiter guy is just a kind of a waiter who's a little weird and stilted, you know?
I mean, those are all-timers. I will agree this is nowhere near that level of like, holy shit, it just hits you. But I think this is comparable to me to like in the pilot when we see the high school and then there's just a guy doing a little wiggly arm dance for a second, or like when they just carry a llama through the veterinary office, or when like, oh, who's at the Great Northern this time? Some Polish jugglers, you know? I think it's like that
you're right.
level that I think it hits the sauce, you know?
That's cool. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I guess that stuff sticks less in my mind, but it's always been there.
So take us to the cops.
So this next scene is Bobby and Shelley speaking to Truman and Coop about the whole thing that happened with Leo, where he was like, he stood up and he was throwing shit and he was all violent and then he ran away.
Yeah.
Bobby he really steals the scene for me. He's just being such a like little teenage dickhead.
Yes.
He's totally effortless and sassy and just like really doesn't care. The big thing here that happens is that Shelley is like, I have no idea where he went. I don't know. Also, me and Bobby are together and we've been together for a long time. And now that this information is out in the open, Bobby can be like, oh, also, I was at Shelley's house when Leo was shot. So like, I know it was Hank, which is plot relevant later. Harry promises to Shelley, like, don't worry, we'll have a couple men guarding your house like 24 hours a day. And Bobby is both an asshole and kind of right going off this police force's record. He's like, oh, thanks. That sure makes me feel safe, you know? Yeah. Which, like they haven't protected a single woman all show. And then he slides the chair in on his way out. And it's like, you can really tell they've like greased the bottom of the floor. So it just like whoosh very gracefully.
Yeah. It's a little trick they do in the movie biz. It's called the grease floor chair trick. But yeah, I had the exact same notes. Is like Bobby, Dana Ashbrook has been so good at these fucking rude boy mannerisms since the pilot, like since day one.
Yes, and absolutely.
And again, it just makes it hit more when he really does break and have those like real emotional moments. But just like I made a note of like, what is it? I think Harry's asking like, are you sure it was Hank who shot Leo? And he's like playing with his lighter and he goes like, absolutely. And he does like a little fuck ass head wiggle while like playing with his lighter. It's like, why are you being like this, bro? It's so funny. And yeah, and at the end, he makes such a show of like pushing the chair in at the end. It's so good.
He's just so over all this, as if like Leo doesn't want to murder him.
Yeah, it feels like he just like has a switch where every couple scenes he'll just show up and be in rude boy mode, but he always sells it every time.
He's like one of the best actors on the show. I hope I've said it before.
Yeah, no, he's genuinely phenomenal.
Okay, so as these guys are leaving, our boy Albert comes back, and I thought we had seen the last of him. So this is great for me. He comes in and he's being like very jovial, first of all. He's being like a lot friendlier than usual.
Yeah.
He says he's here on direct orders from Gordon Cole. He told me, I'm worried for Coop. Or do you want to try that? You do the voice so well.
I'm worried about Coop. Head down to Twin Peaks and check in on him. Make sure he hasn't lost all of his granola. I don't know. That feels like something he would say. Oh no, I made Finch run away.
His granola. So Albert is here also to deliver the news that Windom Earle has been mailing a bunch of packages that look like bombs but are not bombs to cities in the great American interior. Yeah. You pointed out in the notes that they form a C for Caroline, but I thought that was like, I thought he was working towards a circle or something. That he was just like drawing.
I think it's supposed to be a C, but it's really goofy.
You're definitely right. Yeah, so these look like bombs, but they are in fact articles of clothing. I think from like Carolyn's like wedding dress and accessories and all that. Mm-hmm. I have a quote here from him. They've got DEA and FBI, not to mention Mississippi, Oklahoma, and Illinois state patrols looking for him. But like, for what? For sending mail that wasn't bombs?
Okay, to be fair, he did kill that guy and leave him in the police station and says he's going to kill more guys with his chess game or whatever.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's just funny then that like actually capturing him is definitely going to be up to Dale. And like, yeah, they don't seem okay in this episode. They're not like looking for Windom. They're just playing chess with him. I feel like they should be out in the woods or whatever, you know?
No, it's true. And that's another thing. Like this stretch of season 2, its sins, apart from the abject racism, which we will get to later in this episode, it's long and it's passive. You know, fuck Manchin and Ben are just sitting around, but so is Dale. Dale's just like reacting with like, yeah, I guess I'll do chess. But it's not like season 1 where he's really on the trail of trying to like, you know, I remember when we watched season 1, I was like, wow, there's so much more plot than I remembered, because he's always finding new shit and going and doing stuff every episode. He dealt with Jean, but even that, he was just reactive. He's very passive, which is part of what makes it feel like it drags.
Yeah, good note.
I love that they say that he left the map under a table in the power station that he sabotaged 2 episodes ago, because he's like, okay, I'm sending all these packages that have my dead wife's wedding clothes. They spell a big C, but what if they just get the packages and don't notice that I spelled a big C? I'm going to leave a map where I drew the C on it so that they really know. They really, clue them in on my epic scheme.
It's so pointless. Like, oh God, the whole Windom thing is so goofy. Like, I don't understand. Maybe this will come together. I kind of don't think it will. Why he is mailing these things in a C? Like,
I think it's just a taunt. It's just to be like, remember Carolyn Dale?
Yeah, I'm overthinking this.
It is like really funny though, like comparing genuinely terrifying like villain horror of Bob and Leland. And now it's just this guy who's just like, ha ha, Dale, my boy, my riddles 3 shall leave you sobbing in misery,
It is kind of giving, you might think I've gone insane.
Yes, exactly.
Great.
I love the other last thing in this scene is like Coop stands up to look at the window and we get a swell of the like, oh, soulful music, thinking about Carolyn for a second. And then Albert comes in to say like, hey, by the way, you're not dressed like an FBI guy anymore. You got the woodsy flannels. You look hot. And that's the end of the scene.
It's true. Okay, talking more about Windom. This is the introduction of, oh baby, say it. You should say it.
The non-consensual sadomasochist relationship?
Yeah. Okay. This is Jesus Christ. Okay, as we know, Leo sort of hobbled over, is that the right verb? Leo found his way to Windom's cabin in the woods in last episode, and now he is sort of unable to move very well again. And okay. This is like the most complete introduction to Windom we've got, because he's actually interacting with someone, right? Yeah. He is a little freak. He's very elvish. He moves very Peter Pan-like. Yes. He's like an evil Peter Pan, right?
Yes.
He's playing his little flute and looking at a picture of, like, a printed out black and white picture of Leo that he was stowing, I think, in his long johns. Is that right?
Yeah, it's important to know he's just in his jammies this whole scene.
Yeah. So he goes like, arson, attempted murder, that's not good, Leo, or whatever. He puts a shock collar very smoothly, by the way, on Leo. Like, he takes it off of himself and just like whoop, wraps it around him. It's honestly kind of hot, or it would be if it was someone else. And he starts feeding him gruel. I'm not selling this. Like, you guys have seen this episode, but it's fucking nuts. It's so hammy.
Yeah, he's also meowing and purring at Leo the whole time.
Yeah, right. Oh, and when he's talking about the flute to Leo, he's like stroking it in the most phallic way you've ever seen.
I made a note, jerking off the flute. It truly is an instrument of pleasure. I think I'll try to get the audio for this to put in the episode, because watch the screen share. Just listen to how he says it.
This flute is truly an instrument of pleasure. Don't you think? Meow.
Pleasure.
Meow. It's the fucking, don't you think? Meow. It's crazy.
Oh, evil cat boy was not on my bingo card.
Okay, when we first heard of Windom Earle and first heard his voice way back, I was like, it was right after I'd seen Wild at Heart, and I was like, damn, he should have been played by Nicolas Cage. I feel like the Windom Earle actor does an okay job. Better than, like, in this scene, he's hamming it up better than I remembered.
Okay, yeah.
But imagine Nicolas Cage in this role. Would that have been so goated?
I think that would have taken it towards actual terror, where this actually it's hammy in a way that does like actually feel kind of homophobic.
I think it counts as homophobic, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But homophobic in the way where I'm like, okay, work.
Oh my God. I think Nicolas Cage could have taken this in like a gay Bob direction that I would have really welcomed.
Yeah. So Kenneth Welsh is the actor playing Windom Earle here. He's charming me. Like I said, I remembered him just kind of phoning it in, but he is charming me here. As
he's giving too much, arguably.
Yeah. This, I think, has season 2 sauce to me. It's insane. It doesn't make sense. It does not have any of the like depth or weight or impact of like Bob or like the real villainous stuff in season 1 and like before the reveal, but it's funny as fuck. And he shows up in his pajamas and is like, "Oh, Leo, you're my
I just
pet
came back from the
now."
printers.
Yes, you're my pet now. Meow. Eat your gruel. Fucking shocks him, jerking off the flute. Oh, you know, the samurai lost their weapons, but they had their flutes. It's an instrument of pleasure. And it's just fucking crazy.
He's doing so much, the thing. Like, it has to rule, because when you tell the 80 jokes, at least one of them is going to rule.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
My only other note on this scene is we get a weird transition going into it with like, we just see a saw spinning, which is another one that, I don't know, that one I think maybe felt a bit contrived, felt a bit like, what does Twin Peaks have? I don't know, a weird saw transition, but I just wrote, okay, work.
Okay, sure. Like, okay. I actually do think the sawmill has been neglected as a symbol since like the early days. We haven't been to the sawmill at all.
Yeah.
That's a great setting.
Yeah.
Violence in a small town, chopping up logs. I'm all for it.
Lily, it did get burned to the ground.
Oh fuck. Oh shit. Wait, yeah. Wait, so I feel like if we were making the show, we would examine the material reality of life in Twin Peaks after the biggest employer was shut down. But I guess these fucking liberals don't care about that.
And when we say liberals, we mean it in the conservative way. It's because we're right-wingers and we don't think that any of this woke shit should be on television. Okay, this next scene is a banger. This next scene is an honest all-timer, I think.
Take it away, Sadie.
So Ed and Norma have fucked because, you know, we got confirmation that Hank's going to the slammer.
They've made love.
I would say. Yes. In the bed at Ed's place, talking about all the time. They wish they had spent all their Christmases together. But, you know, they're hopeful for the future. It's like, you know, you got to believe. And then, Nadine comes in and we're like, oh shit, she walked in on them. But she's just like, got all the way to the district finals at Knife River in wrestling, only to find out that the airplane slam is illegal. I was disqualified. Second place. What a drag. And it's just like, that's a tough break. And she just comes into bed with them. Also, I want to shout out, when we show her coming in with the doorway, she has like a giant teddy bear and like a bunch of stuffed animals in this room that I guess, I don't know if she had these before entering age regressor mode or after, but either way, slay. Oh my god, how could I forget? She comes in and literally like barges the door off its hinges. I just like, Nadine, I could never hate you. You will always be famous.
Oh, she's one of one.
Yeah.
She's really trying to be mature in the scene, by the way. Like this is a depth that I'm not used to seeing from her.
Well, yes, that's what she's inventing polyamory.
Yeah. You can tell that she doesn't want to be, but like,
I don't know. I think she's kind of okay with it because like she comes into bed with them. I put images that go hard as hell. I'll put this in the show notes because like it's just the three of them in bed. And she's saying, I think apologizing to Norma. She just says, I mean, I really pounded Hank and I am sorry as they're all the three of them in bed. And she's just like, you know, I know about you two. And it's okay because me and Mike the Snake have been fucking like crazy.
Oh man. But honestly, like there's a real sadness when she says this, right? Yeah. Like I think in this moment she actually knows that she is like deluding herself. I think she's trying to be okay with it, trying to have something going on to make herself feel better. And maybe that's been behind this the whole time. Like maybe she just knows that her husband doesn't love her the way you would want a husband to. And so this is her like escapist little thing.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Yeah, it's like we hear from Ed the like, I wish I could go back to high school when I made that decision to run off with Nadine and undo it. And she has. I think that's like a very valid read. And this is a plotline that could have just felt like Fuck Mansion, but Ed and Norma have such good chemistry. Their scene here when they're being romantic, every scene with them is a banger because they have such good chemistry. And Nadine, frankly, really, really sells all of it. She sells like submerged emotion that you're talking about. She sells walking in and throwing the door off its hinges and being like, oh man, the airplane slam is illegal. And she sells like, I'm going to make the best of it. Me and Mike the Snake are going to go crazy style. The actors really make this whole plotline work for me.
I think it's a touching scene. Like, I think every character is going through here is heart-wrenching, and it's beautiful. I agree, all-timer.
We then fade into another scene, which is less of an all-timer. We get another crazy transition of Josie's fingers like stroking the wood of one of the furnitures at their house as there's a little bug next to it. And it's like Cooper and Truman are asking her about the murder of Jonathan, or as the fuck-ass newspaper headline reminds us, Asian man killed. We do get full like 5-10 seconds of coffee time as they're discussing coffee and he goes to make it. So, we're so back a little bit.
He checks the percolator for fish.
Yeah, exactly. But basically, Josie's being evasive. So Coop gets up to get coffee. And this is that scene that I said I think really works for me just on like a visual level. Because this is when Pete comes in. He's got Josie's dry cleaning that he says, lady who works there, I think he said she's Polish or something. Doesn't speak a word Hungarian, doesn't speak a word of English. So they're just imagine him trying to work this out in the background. But mainly, I think just like him coming in framed through the little window from the kitchen to the pantry. And then we see the two of them that are like, they go over to the swinging door. Dale goes through it and just keeps swinging through the rest of the scene. And the two of them framed through the windows in the door as Pete is like struggling to hold his like 8 bagged coats at once. Yeah. It really works for me. It's really visually charming. And
I totally agree.
Does have like the season 2 sauce and goofiness. So I really like this one.
I really like Pete's line, the only words I know in Hungarian are paprika and goulash. Took me 20 minutes to get this. Yeah. I'm just imagining him like using his knowledge of Hungarian, like, paprika, goulash, paprika in like some sort of Morse code type arrangement to communicate. Oh yeah. So it's not noted in here, but at the end of this scene, the coats actually become plot relevant, right?
Yes, because Dale goes and takes a little fiber from it.
And in a quick moment in between this scene and the next one, there's the Hungarian woman, presumably the same one, is speaking to Echkardt, right?
Wait, no.
Yeah. Well,
they're talking.
There's a scene of her and someone like in a way that can suggest like a conspiracy.
No. This is just the Eckhardt's like lady who's with him. I don't think that's supposed to be the lady from the dry cleaner because they're not speaking Hungarian. They're speaking Afrikaans, which is why I made a note that I'm like, he's South African. Which so what happens is Josie, they get a phone call. Josie picks it up and it's like, oh my God, it's Thomas Echkardt. And then it turns out Catherine also picked up and was listening and interrupts and is like, welcome to Twin Peaks.
I'm Catherine.
Yeah, basically.
I know stuff.
And I also owl spotted. There's an owl like painting in the background when she picks up. But here, check out the screen share because he says like something together. And I was like, is he Australian? But also,
I thought so.
He takes his sunglasses off and we get a little whip SFX, which is so funny.
Yeah.
But they say something in Afrikaans. So they're fucking
in Africa.
They're fucking white South Africans. Fuck Elon Musk.
Wow. I was having so much fun with my like, oh, obviously this is Hungarian because like she's Hungarian for plot reasons. Like that to me suggested that Echkardt had planted evidence on Josie's coats, right? this is where you learn something about me, Sadie, which is that I'm really, really, really bad at knowing what language a person is speaking.
To be fair, I only knew because it said in the subtitles.
Oh, that's fair. But I will regularly interpret like Russian as Arabic.
Oh my God.
Portuguese as Russian. I don't know what the fuck language. Even when someone is speaking French, if they're speaking it in a French accent, I won't think it's French. So I won't like hear it in that way.
You're living in the Esperanto future.
Thank you,
Hashtag
Queen.
one race.
Oh my God.
But yeah, it is funny doing the like making him South African, just that we're like, yeah, and he's a fucking villain and a shithead.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very early 90s, but in a good way.
And I looked it up. I think the thing that she is saying is like, oh, I told you shouldn't trust her, basically.
It's funny because a viewer at home would have no way of knowing that.
Yeah.
Unless they spoke Afrikaans.
Yeah. Take us to the next one.
Sure. We are back in Dixieland. Is that, I don't know if that's something that is acceptable to say. We're back. We're back with Ben Horne, thinking that he is Confederate General Lee. He has gathered his family and psychiatrist have gathered a bunch of the hotel associates with drums, like to form a drum line to see if maybe like being around the civilians, you know, the public would make him be normal. It doesn't. This is not really surprising. I love that there are no clients in the hotel. It's like they cleared out the hotel for this or something.
Yeah.
The only really relevant thing here is that Jerry comes to Audrey and is like, you know, we can use this for our benefit. I've had business things that I want to explore that I can't usually. And Audrey's like, oh Jer, suck shit. I'm next of kin. I'm the queen. You have to go with my thing. You have to. Haha, we're making my dad better. Essentially setting up the next scene, but in like a really cunty moment.
Yeah, it feels like the implications that Jerry's like, well, we could just let him stay like that, and then I could run the estate. And Audrey's like,
exactly.
Bitch, if he's like that, I'm running the estate. So you don't want that. So let's fucking get him back, huh?
Either way, I win. She's the best. Oh, the scene also has the the best fucking line of the episode. Which is, so as we remember, Bobby is like sort of trying to ingratiate himself with Ben, right? So he shows up towards the end and goes, hey, sorry I'm late. A couple bikers tried to take this jacket.
It's so funny. It's like,
because he's wearing like a Confederate military garb, you know?
Yeah, just off screen, some bikers tried to fucking mug him. Is so funny. Like in between, like he's like he was with the cops giving his deposition, and he's like, okay, I got to get my Confederate Army jacket, go to work. Bikers try to mug him. I love Ben. At one point, he's saying he's whatever going up north. He says, I want to be the Duke of Montreal. Which, hey, you know what? Me too.
We're not so different.
I do like that. Again, Audrey is capital D doing things. That's fun. I also love there's a moment when Bobby takes out the trumpet, and I was like, oh, did Bobby learn the trumpet for this? No, he did not. It sounds like shit.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's atrocious.
Yeah. This is mostly just setting up the scene later. And then we're back at Funk Mansion. So we get this crazy fade in of Evelyn's veiled face. I forget if it's at the beginning of the scene. Yeah, it is. We're like, see her at the bar, like overlaid with this fade of her veiled face, just being like, ah. But, you know, she's drinking her sorrows away over at the seduction triptych bar while he's hideout. This one, again, is just kind of a little quick in and out. It's basically Donna is like, hey, why'd you do that shit? And Evelyn's like, 'cause I'm meanies and I don't give a
evil.
Fuck. And then
I'm a bad girl.
Yeah, and then Jeffrey shows up and it's like, I'm gonna threaten you. I forget if I read it down here or somewhere else, but like truly the running theme of Fuck Mansion is characters like Evelyn, especially, just every scene that she's in, she's reversed her sense of what she should be doing, basically.
Yeah, her personality has just completely 180'd between this scene and the next, the last scene and the next one.
Yeah.
It's really poorly done, actually, but whatever.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's Fuck Mansion. Anyway, Tales from the Log time.
Yeah. Okay. Who is not in this episode? I mean, the usual suspects. the many women harmed by violence.
Lucy's in this episode.
Hey, Lucy's not in this episode. She's a fun one to speculate on.
I think the last time we saw her was she was making the boys cry about how they thought that little fucking what's his name? Little Jimmy, little Nicky was the devil. What do we think Lucy's up to with little Nicky and those two?
Well, where did we leave things? They're both like feeling regretful, I guess.
Yeah.
The gentleman. So maybe they're trying to make it up to her in some way, like in some dumb big gesture of love, you know?
Yeah. What's the big gesture?
I've got it.
Yes,
I've got it.
Yes.
Andy has a thing with like misunderstanding and taking things too literally, right?
Uh-huh.
So he's on the phone with Dick at some point, and Dick says, "We need to make a big gesture," and he hears a gesture. So they either take her to or put on a circus. I think they put on a circus, probably.
Yeah. They get little Nicky in on it.
Well, yeah, to show like, see, we're great with kids. We can do kid-friendly things. And honestly, I think it totally wins Lucy over. Like, she has shown that she really loves these big dramatic acts of romance, I think.
Mm-hmm.
She likes guys with, or she at least thinks she should like guys with like nice cars or whatever. So presumably that translates to big, nice tents.
Yeah. Every woman loves when a man and his friend / rival put on a circus together for you.
Do you have any predictions of like what they all did in their circus? Were there animals involved?
I feel like little Nicky is juggling something that he shouldn't be juggling. He's juggling knives or torches or some shit. I feel like Andy and Dick are like have some kind of collaborative act where they're like vaulting over each other and like carrying each other around and doing leapfrogs and stuff, you know?
Ooh, wonderful.
Yeah. It's the Lucy Moran private circus.
That's adorable. All right, let's take a quick break and we'll be back for the second half of this episode.
Hello, it's Sadie. You know what time it is? It's time for me to ask you to give us $3 at tstv.show to get all of our delicious bonus episodes and every episode 2 weeks early. Listen, I'm recording this while I have COVID, so you need to be extra nicey and give us $3. But like I said, you get all the episodes 2 weeks early. You get our bonus episodes. We just did Mulholland Drive. If you want to hear about David Lynch's freaky movie about twisted lesbians in LA. This is a reasonable summary of Mulholland Drive. You got to go give us $3. Next up, we're going to do The Beast, La Bête, a French movie from 2023. It's Lynchian. It is about a twisted future where we're not supposed to have any feelings, and to get rid of them, a lady is going through a process where she relives her past lives to purify her DNA or whatever. It's really good, has some fun David Lynch call-outs in it. And if you want a tragic love story, horror story across lives as remembered in a dystopian future, then you're going to have you could watch it, but you're going to have to give us $3 to hear what we have to say about it. So you should do that. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the episode. Bye.
Alrighty, so we're back and we're with the boys. But before we get them, we get another one of these hilarious little, like, we fade into the scene and got scary sting with the chess horsey piece overlaid, which is just so funny to me. Oh no, horsey.
I'm reading this way too literally because I'm like, okay, so Evelyn is the Black Queen and Josie is the Black Knight. What does this mean? Presumably very little. It's just there are conflicts.
Whereas I'm just, oh my god, horsey, scary.
Don't want to get stomped.
Yeah, this is basically just we get the thing where we look at the fibers and it's like, oh my god, they're the same fibers that were at where Dale was shot at the end of season 1. Did Josie shoot Dale? Did she shoot Jonathan? What the hell? And Coop goes to stand in the projector, which is very fun. And he's just like, not one word until we're certain, because he doesn't want Harry to go, uh-oh.
My girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just in and out. I like the horsey. I like him standing in the projector. Do you have thoughts?
Well, so the tension this establishes being, quote, either Josie Packard pulled the trigger or she's loaning her winter wear to the perfect people? Is that? I don't know if that's actually the quote. The wrong people is presumably what is actually meant. But here's the thing. I think that might actually be what happened. I think she probably is being framed successfully, just judging by all of the rich and powerful and scheming evil people around her. And I don't understand why. Furthermore, if she did kill them, I think that's fine.
Yeah. Hashtag women's rights.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. Arm Josie.
Yes. Frankly, yes. Arm Josie for real. But yeah, quick in and out. We get clues. Next scene.
Yeah. In this next one, Harry delivers the news that the vagrant who was found murdered was Eric Powell. They have a little back and forth about like, wow, whoever did this killing has to be so genius, because they waited for the rigor mortis to leave the hand so it could be pointing at the chessboard.
Is that a thing? Does rigor mortis set in and then leave?
That's what they say. They say it, what is it? It shows up head to toe and then leaves toe to head or something. I imagine it must have to leave eventually. But yeah, like, if he wasn't pointing, how would anyone notice the chessboard, you know? The identity of this man is Eric Powell.
Oh my
and
God.
Coop gets all quiet and he's like, oh man, Powell, that was Caroline's maiden name.
Oh
and
my God.
Harry is like, oh, do you think they were related? And Coop's like, no, but it's on purpose. Which, like, what? He's very confident that they're not related, and I assume this won't come up again.
Yeah. Windom Earle really has a maximalist philosophy of clues and taunting scheme clues, you know?
All the clues. Yeah. At this point, okay, they confirm something that I thought had been confirmed episodes ago, which is that whenever a piece is taken from the board, somebody will be killed.
Oh, mon Dieu.
And there is a great line which is like, I never beat him, Harry. So, like, presumably a lot of people are going to die. The only thing that you can possibly do is go to the diner and bring 3 chessboards and several amateur to very good amateur chess players, including one Pete Martell, my boy. Apparently a chess whiz.
He's so funny.
He's sitting behind the counter at the diner, beating a bunch of people at chess. And he agrees to help out with the investigation, although he doesn't really know what he's doing. Like, it's a high stakes game. That's all I can say.
So
that kind of thing.
And that he wants him in to like try to stalemate it while losing as few pieces as possible. The idea being like, you're not just playing to win, you're playing to stop any pieces from getting taken so that more people don't die, which very high concept, stupid. It's fun to me a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, me too. I think it's a fun, like, chess puzzle for sure.
I love, like, this is also such a hilarious thing to develop about Pete, like 22 episodes into the show. Yeah, by the way, the whole time Pete has been the undisputed chess master, and it just never came up. It's like, this is going to be another one that's just like a reference for the real ones. But in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Julian Bashir is just a idiot bisexual for basically the whole show. And then like 5 seasons in, they're like, and actually, he's a genetically modified genius, and it just never came up before. And they're just like, I don't know, he needs a new character trait.
That's so silly. I love TV.
Yeah, but I like it as a way of just being like, I don't know, let's get Pete in here. He should be in the plot more. Make him a chess genius. It's charming to me.
Yeah, I do really love Pete.
Yeah, Pete's great. I also like whenever we get a like, this is I think when Coop hears about the last name Powell, when he keeps having moments in this episode of like, oh, standing up and looking off in the distance, and the like him being sad about Carolyn theme plays for like 2 seconds, and it's stupid and funny to me every time.
Totally. Okay, well, this is like attached to another scene, but before we move on to that bit, I want to say, just as a reminder, the chess game, even if you lose only a few pieces, that means 3 additional deaths in this town that has been ruined by like 2 deaths. Yeah. You know, shouldn't they be looking for him? I'm just going to put that back out there. I feel like they're actually really bad detectives, but I go back and forth on this.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this next scene is so good. Please take us there.
Yeah. Okay. So meanwhile, also at the diner, Shelley has come in and she sort of crouches down to the floor with Norma for like an intimate little moment where Shelley says basically, I think like she's been struggling with money and she would like to, like she would feel safer if she was at the diner. So she asks for her job back. And Norma says, it's been lonely here without you. Something like that. It's really sweet. Their bond is beautiful, And then fucking Harry just like walks into the middle of the scene and is like, excuse me. And Shelley looks really pissed off. She just like rolls her eyes and leaves. And he's basically here to assure Norma, like, don't worry, Hank will be in prison for a long time. Because now we have like the dirt that he has shot Leo Johnson. And this is also the bit that is shot through, they move to privacy, like behind a door with a little window. And it is a great little shot.
Yeah. I think I've said it every scene with Shelley and Norma, but every time they have a scene together, I'm like, wow, women, smiley face.
I want this show, to be honest. I feel like maybe a lot of shows in the 2010s focused on characters. Like I need to, does Two Broke Girls have the sauce? Write in. Let us know.
Women peaks.
Wow.
There's like a fun transition from the other scene to this one that's like Dale slams a piece down on the chessboard and it makes like a bangs SFX. And then that is like cross-cut with Shelley walking into the diner and it plays the same SFX of her shoes on the floor and she's walking on the like checkerboard floor, which is also like match cut to the chessboard. That was fun. You know what I mean? Diane Keaton was going off with this one.
Yeah, gotta give it to her. Also, by the way, I realized where I know Diane Keaton. She was co-star of The First Wives Club, the like aggressively mid-90s, I guess, rom-com, in which a bunch of ladies realize that their husbands have left them for like younger models, essentially. And either Diane Keaton or one of her friends, they come up with a plot to basically just start giving their husband estrogen.
Oh my God.
They just like force femme the husband. And it's like somehow, despite that, not a good movie.
Wow, that's crazy. I'd never heard of this, but work, I guess?
Yeah, well, no, I mean, it's definitely like, how humiliating. You'll be like a woman, you know? But worth it for Diane Keaton completionists. If you saw this and you were like, I need to watch all the 30 movies she's been in, and I assume that's at least a few of you, you're in for, if not a treat, at least like a perfectly average grilled cheese of a movie.
All right.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, this next scene is stinky to me. So this is the Thomas Echkardt and Catherine. They're meeting up. They're having an evil dinner, basically.
Hey, want to come over for evil dinner?
Like, they're just like, oh, so why did you try to get Andrew killed? And he's like, because I was so in love with Josie. Which again, we're just like, this is one of those things where like the insane camp of inviting this guy over for evil dinner to just go like, could be fun, but that's not a tone that can coexist with taking Josie's experience seriously. And it is undercut by the fact that the show is not taking Josie's experience seriously at all, it feels like. My note was just kill yourself, you two. Like there's a like the show does a lot of tonal jumps. And like even say with Audrey or like sometimes Laura, it will jump all over the place tonally in looking at the seriousness of the direness of their situation and then treating it as camp. Audrey at One Eye Jacks was full of this. But I've talked about this on previous episodes. The show is so much more willing to just totally disregard what it would be like for Josie in this situation. Like it's this campy, like James Bond-ass scene about them being like, how can I place a value on something so precious? And what they're talking about is selling Josie into sex slave with her like sexually abusive, like adopted quote like father figure who thinks he owns her. That whole aspect of it is just not given any weight by the show.
Can I ask the specific thing of it being sex slavery? Where are you getting that from?
Well, because I forget the exact details, but when she was telling Harry her backstory, she's like, "Oh, Echkardt, he like took me off the streets, but he also like wanted me so bad. He was my father. He was my lover."
Oh,
And Echkardt is saying, like, I arranged to have Andrew Packard killed because I was jealous because I wanted Josie back so much because I'm so enamored with her. And he's coming here, and it's like, you know, he's basically saying like, yeah, we'll figure out some deal and then I can take her back and then I'll have her all to myself. It is, I think, very much implying this, like,
her as like a possession, as a sex object. Yeah, this makes sense.
And like, you know, not even just sex object in like the feminist analysis, like the gays way, but just like literally he would own her for sex. It's horrible. It's a level of grim that it's just not contending with at all. And the show has balanced grim with camp many, many times. This has been Horn's whole deal, frankly, but it just doesn't look in the face or seem to believe is real the grimness of Josie's situation. And again, she's not doing anything, and I don't know why. Like, she's like, oh, all I can do is be their maid and bring them their like stuffed like pig head with an apple in its mouth meal while they talk about selling me into sex slavery, which I very much don't want to do. And I can't conceive of any reason why, as a character, she would not be trying to do something about it. And it is just because the show has decided that she is resigned to her fate and just letting it happen in a way that feels really dehumanizing. It sucks.
Yeah. No, I hear you. It's fucked.
The only other note on this scene is that apparently the guy who played Echkardt says played him without knowing much about the character or the show.
I could see that. This is like almost entirely self-contained up to this point.
Yeah. And this is one of the things where interviews with David Warner, who plays Echkardt, is one of the sources we get of David Lynch not being that involved. Because it's one of the things that has never been stated entirely outright, or maybe David Lynch has said at some point, but like, we got a similar thing from Diane Keaton saying that David Lynch was just like, I don't know, do what you want, see ya. And David Warner here saying too, David Lynch was basically not involved at all at this point.
Wait, so this whole thing of like David Lynch left the show, is that fans like reading between the lines?
I think by now it's pretty well known, and I think like David Lynch has gone on the record saying like, I didn't do that bit of season 2, I kind of hate it.
Okay.
It wasn't like officially announced at the time by any means, you know?
Yeah, I understand.
But yeah, so hey, I want to go back to Fuck Mansion.
Return to Fuck Mansion.
All right.
I'm like, no, not at all. Although, okay, this scene has some stuff going for it.
Yeah, okay. So this is James, last time we saw him, he was like, Donna, I have to go back to Fuck Mansion. And he did. And he's there and he's like, Evelyn, why'd you have me framed? And she's like, oh, it was, what do you want me to say? It was for the money, because I was afraid, but I still felt real things for you.
These feel wildly contradictory to me.
Yeah. I love, yeah, the scene opens with her like blowing smoke rings with her cigarette. I just imagine James doing the wow vine. And yeah, here's where I wrote another full episode of Fuck Mansion in which every character reverses their attitude every scene. Yeah, she's like, oh, you're good and honest, and I love you for the good and honest way that you taste. And he's just like, I like how you taste too. This fucking guy has been a dumbass every day of his life.
He's like, I like the bad and dishonest way you taste.
But it's also like she's saying it all like, oh, the good and honest. And he's just like, yeah, I like how you taste too. Girl, shut up.
He takes all the eroticism out of it, right?
Yeah. And then Malcolm storms in. Oh no, he hits James, throws him aside, and he's like, listen, here's the story. He broke in, he was gonna shoot you, and then we killed him. And it puts this is the first instance of some like crazy effects where as he's saying this, he's like running his hand over her like neck and shoulder and chest in this very aggressive way. What we're seeing is slow-mo, and we get again this like fade overlay of her veiled face, but him saying this isn't slow-mo at all, and he does go and kiss her face in a way that looks a lot like Bob's like biting, slopping kisses to Madeline in that murder scene.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, totally.
So again here, I think this is one that is putting itself in conversation with the like filmic, the techniques and some of the things that we saw in that scene, compared to a lot of the stuff in this whole stretch, I think this is a lot more feels original as opposed to just like, hey, remember when David Lynch did that?
Yeah. Well, this I should say this isn't the first time they pulled out like the low frame rate trick, but it's definitely more prominent here.
Mhm.
Like I don't know if you remember that scene of that random little flashback of like Ben and Jerry watching a girl dance in their bedroom.
Yeah. True.
That used it.
Yes.
It's been deployed like once or twice, but yeah, this kind of contrasts unfavorably with that previous Josie scene because like you can pull out these creative tricks to convey the subjective experience that the woman is going through. And why is this lady worth it and Josie, a far more consequential character, not worth it?
Yeah.
I find the low frame rate or slow-mo thing like physically nauseating. Like it's actually like physically hard to watch. Yeah, I think it's great. I want to try this out too. Another thing actually here. So like these two, James and Evelyn, are just having their little sensual moment. And then again, Jeffrey just like is in the room. We don't hear him enter. No one notices him. No one notices him enter. The show has the way, right? Like with Leo an episode or two ago of like the character is not visible until we're pointing a camera at them. And I think that rules. It's like a great move away from realism.
Yeah, I agree.
We're making choices.
You know who may or may not be making choices? Ben Horn.
Tell me more.
No, you tell me more. You have the next scene.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, this is this one. Yeah, okay. This is a play. Let's go. The most straightforwardly like we are performing thing that we've seen yet. It is a really shitty slapped together play about the South winning the Civil War. Everyone in Ben's life is in it and does a bad job.
Yeah.
It's great. Everyone's doing their shitty little accent. The thing that matters here is that Jacoby, playing the Northern Union general, surrenders. They sign a little thingy. They shake hands. And then Ben like collapses in a fit. He's like shaking. And then he's like, oh, I've had the strangest dream.
It's so much.
And then what ensues is, I'm pretty sure, line for line, a scene from the Wizard of Oz.
Right. Oh, that's
and you were there, and you were
funny.
there too.
It literally is the Wizard of Oz. That's so funny.
Yeah, and with the only difference being that like everyone's like, haha, he thinks it was a dream, but it was actually us doing it for real.
Yeah.
And so they all start laughing, and then Ben's just like, I don't get it. What's the joke?
Oh my god, that's
it's great. It's
this
really
show's
funny.
not normal. It's just like, okay, there's like my first line as soon as we cut back and he's at his fucking Confederate flag. I'm just like, this show's not normal. I do love Jerry. Both because he keeps saying, oh, sire, having like a fucked up witch like era he's supposed to be in. Also, just any scene where Jerry's with a couple other people, we see how short he is. It is so important to his character. I love the like horse sound effect that they play at one point. I don't know. What do you think of this whole plot line? Because this is another one that, like Fuck Mansion, and honestly even more than Fuck Mansion, has just been trapped in stasis since Lonely Souls. It's just been the same scene again and again and again. And honestly, the other thing I noted is like, it's insane that they did all this. This episode is called Slaves and Masters. Even counting that, if we even do, like, we've had this whole Civil War thing and no one has said slavery once. I'm not expecting Twin Peaks to turn to the camera and, you know, tell us about America's like horrible history with slavery, but it's just like, it's just so bizarre to do this whole, what if the South won the Civil War? And nobody has anything to say about that.
I have a theory of this, which is that this is early 90s, sort of like the post-racial fantasy is taking hold. And I think it treats the Confederacy as like, we don't even need to worry about this or reckon with this because like we can just dismiss it. This kind of thing has no bearing on our society these days, so we can just joke around about it, you know? It treats the Civil War as like a piece of American kitsch in the way it treats the it's you and I, or like wood paneling or like stuff like that, you know? Well, actually wood paneling is very 80s, like log cabins. It is mocking of Ben for being attached to the Confederacy. But no, there's no concern or consideration for the people affected, because then you couldn't do this silly kitschy thing, I guess. I don't feel like it's for me to say whether this specific kind of Americana satire is acceptable. I think it's very much a product of its time. Not to let it off the hook for that. But I do love the theatrics of this scene.
Yeah, I think every time we've had this scene, which truly has been the same scene every time, the actors have sold me on it. Twin Peaks has some fucking great actors, and they can carry, but it has just been the same thing every time, and we haven't seen Ben doing anything. And honestly, I think it's when we see Ben in Arbitrary Law. I think that's when we first see him like kind of enter the breakdown from having been so fucked entirely by Catherine. And do you remember it was like we saw him, he was sitting in his office watching the old footage of like his dad like inaugurating the hotel as him and Jerry are there as kids, and he got really manic about it. And honestly, that one scene I feel like had a more interesting vision of his like kind of manic breakdown than the entire rest of this Civil War thing. And it's just been the same every time. And I love seeing Bobby play the horn all shitty. I love seeing Jerry come up and be like, "Oh, sire," but it just hasn't introduced anything else. And it has, in the same way that I was complaining when Audrey was stuck in like heroin coma for like 3 episodes and just not doing things, I like Ben Horn when he's doing things. I want to see his fuck-ass schemes. I want to see him and Jerry talk about like an insane like butter-stuffed duck that they ate and then do something horrible and then ask Catherine to spank his bottom or some shit, you know? Like, it's... He just hasn't been in the show. It's just been the same scene over and over, and it hasn't been a particularly convincing vision of his breakdown, you know?
No, I completely agree. Can you imagine if season 2 of Twin Peaks had been 12 episodes long? I think like that's my vision of heaven right now.
Yeah.
Because then we would have just gotten the really sort of affecting vulnerable Ben, and then maybe an episode or 2 of this nonsense.
Yeah.
We would have gotten half an hour at Fuck Mansion.
Yes.
What a life.
Or my new film, Half an Hour at Fuck Mansion, out this fall. No, but you know, it's like, I think that's really it. And honestly, a lot of this stretch of season 2 so far, I've been a lot warmer on it than I thought I would be, even on a rewatch. A lot of it has been fun, goofy, but it's too long. And there's still a bunch left. And I think we're about to move into like when it starts picking up steam to really move towards the plot lines at the end of the season. But there is it's so long, and so much of it has been the same scenes over and over.
Yeah, man. Whatever. It's fine, I guess. It's still, we're having fun.
We are, but
I don't want to retread this and just tell you what I think over and over, because I feel like we get into this a little bit every episode. But
I mean, we knew that we would be reflexive, like going into, I knew I would be at least like going into this infamous stretch of season 2. I was like, how would I like it? And a lot of it I have. But speaking of, our next little scene here, the wiki summary just says Earl puts on a disguise, but he's just kind of putting on some fuck-ass sideburns.
I thought he was dressing as Ernie, to be honest with you. I was like, that's kind of arbitrary.
Yeah. He's getting Leo to transcribe a message to be given to Donna, Shelley, and Audrey. And Leo's kind of like, oh, Shelley. As he's like trying to write it and can't write for shit. And so Earl's shocking him for having bad handwriting because he's fucking Frankenstein. We get some more non-consensual sadomasochism. He's kissing his cheek. He's like, lick, as he licks the envelope. Windom Earle is giving like Tumblr Dom, you come now to Leo. I also love that like Leo stumbled in fully Frankenstein mode, and Windom Earle didn't miss a beat. He's like, yeah, I guess he's Frankenstein mode. I don't know, I can cook with this.
I can make him my puppy.
Like, he didn't question it at all. He's just like, yeah, he's just like that. I can make this work.
I'll teach him to handwrite again.
Yeah, it's so silly. I don't know. Do you have notes on this one? Mostly I'm just like, this is so silly.
Oh yeah, I guess like what's going in the letters, because like he writes something
Yeah.
up and then tears the piece of paper into 3,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, are they each just getting a third of a sentence? Oh, probably that is it, and then they'll need to piece
That
it
would
together.
be a twisted and dastardly scheme. Only the dark genius mind of Windom Earle could come up with a missive so delicately twisted.
A 3-piece puzzle. I'm looking forward to this being pieced together in like, I don't know, 80 episodes or whatever. And for them to just be like, this is mostly scribbles, because we saw the paper
Mhm.
and it's mostly scribbles. He doesn't know, he can't
Yeah,
write
he's
yet.
Frankenstein. They're just gonna have some
He's
fucking scribbles. They're
Frankenstein.
gonna be like, hello?
Okay, should I keep it
Yeah,
going?
yeah.
Any last thoughts?
Fuck mansion, baby.
Oh my god, how many times are we gonna say that? Well, this might be the last one.
Yeah.
James, unconscious on the floor in fuck mansion.
Mhm.
Evelyn, sitting on the couch, kind of panicking. Malcolm being like, okay, here you go. Here's a gun. You just need to touch it and then I'll actually kill him. And then here's your story.
Yeah.
Right? He came in here, he was threatening you, you shot him.
Mhm.
Donna sees this through the window, because I guess she's just been on the premises, though. She's just gotten to know the grounds really
Yeah.
well. She runs in, she's like, no, don't kill him, don't kill him.
And she's in a cunty little fringe jacket.
Thank you for noting that. Yeah, we appreciate fashion. Like Evelyn sort of starts to like panic, and she's like, oh my god, maybe I really shouldn't do this. Total 180 from their last scene together. Malcolm starts approaching and is like, come on, give me the gun, give me the gun. Evelyn shoots him instead.
Oh my god.
Whoa, he's dead, he's on the floor, he's been shot.
Whoa.
And then she just starts like almost like in a self-soothing rhythm repeating what Malcolm Jeffrey
Jeffrey was the husband who died in the car crash.
Okay, apology for earlier to listeners who may have been confused. I feel like I was calling him Jeffrey. Yeah, so she sort of takes the story that Malcolm gave her and adapts it to be like, he came in, he was threatening me, I felt scared, so I shot him. It's the same thing. So same lie, different person.
Wow, I shot him till he was dead. Okay, first silly note. I love that it's like Evelyn's making like an Xbox 360 video game moral choice.
Do you shoot the child?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, no.
It's like she has the gun and it's like, you know, turn left to shoot James, turn right to shoot Malcolm. Oh no. And like even like the way Donna's there is just like, please don't. And Malcolm's like, go
Murder
shoot him. And it's like,
bad.
wow.
Murder is good.
Bioshock is so back.
So true. Man, okay, quick aside. I wasn't into video games when the Bioshock games were coming out. So when I was dating someone who had an Xbox 360 and I played Bioshock Infinite and they were like, this is the best game ever made, I was like, this is just as good as video games are, huh? Guess I will keep not playing games.
When Bioshock Infinite came out and people were like, this is the best game ever made, is I think except for like maybe The Last of Us 2 or something, I think the most damning of video game culture, that like moment that out there, because that game's dog shit.
Okay, well now I need to pull up. You probably already know the quote from Cliff Bleszinski, but he tweeted when Roger Ebert died, something eerie about the timing of the loss of Roger Ebert and the release of a true game as art in Bioshock Infinite.
Oh God.
R.I.P. to the most prominent film critic. Get owned, asshole.
Gosh, so funny.
Yeah.
The other thing in this scene that I do like, and this is like we're getting funky with frame rate again. It's like weirdly sped up as Malcolm is running at her, and then the shot, and like afterwards. And I think it fucks. And I think this, like, again, the direction in this episode has a lot more ambition. And like the way this scene plays out, for as much of a, okay, whatever, it's the Xbox 360 choice at fuck mansion, has a lot more ambition than a lot of what we've seen post Lonely Souls.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that.
Our very last one then is we're back to the mask. Coop we see him like going into his hotel room, but first we see Windom Earle walk past him. They really had to show like, yeah, he got in there with his disguise, and he has a real fuck ass disguise. He's like in this all plaid suit with the fakest mustache and sideburns in the world. And he's like, "I'll give this to Audrey, please." Real bullshit. Coop does not notice at all. Also, I find when he goes up, he really has like they're selling just dozens of postcards with a photograph of an owl at the Great Northern. Owl spotted.
And dude goes like, "Oh, owls."
Yeah.
In case you missed it.
He really does. So yeah, Coop goes up. He like has a moment of looking at a photo of Carolyn, which he still has in his wallet. Girl, that's messy. You were sleeping with your partner's wife and then he killed her and you still have her photo? That's messy, Dale.
That's crazy.
Sorry. I just noticed my other note about his disguise is that this only works in Twin Peaks world. The Great Northern just has weird European guys with insane mustaches and outfits. That's why Dale doesn't give him a second thought.
It's true.
And yeah, so Dale goes into his room and he sees, oh my God, it's Carolyn's death mask lit up from beneath, so the eyes are lit up all spooky. And when he picks it up, he has a tape recorded message from Windom. What the fuck does the message even say again?
There might be a little more to it, but it ends, "Dale, listen carefully. Your move."
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, "Oh, I still love her. I know that you do too. Your move." And I do like the last little shot of Dale's eyes through the mask. That's fun.
Yeah, that is a cool shot. I think "listen carefully, your move" is like anticlimactic because it's kind of just like, "Listen carefully. Hey man." Like it's
Yeah.
I don't really it's a very clear sentence, you know? Also, plot hole alert. No, this is
God.
actually something I'm wondering about for the next episode. How is he going to return like the chess move if he doesn't know where Windom is?
He
And
was
if
doing them in the
they're gonna put it in the
newspaper. Yeah. He
newspaper,
was doing
right?
that in the newspaper.
Yeah. There it is. Okay, so Windom is just like casually collecting the newspaper. He's in the hotel. Dale, step it up, man. Like he had to go to the craft store to prep this. Like he bought you a little battery powered light to put under the
I
mask.
know, it's so funny.
Anyway, that's the episode. It is kind of a fun cliffhanger.
Yeah, I think I'm like, sure, man, you got a mask, whatever you say.
Sure.
Do you have any crazy Twin Peaks dreams?
Welcome back to Lily's Nightmare Corner. I am pleased to announce that I did not have any Twin Peaks dreams, but I had some other interesting dreams. Last week was having a recurring thing where I was having dreams about people, including myself, dying, but in ways that seemed like people shouldn't be able to die that way. And also like they would continue hanging out. So like there was a thing where my dad had a heart attack and then everyone was like, he's dead, but like he was still talking and awake and everything. But we, like independently of that, we decided that he was dead. And that was crazy. I had a dream where there was a sword fighter on the loose who, you were there too.
Whoa.
He gave me 2 quick slashes behind my knees and it didn't bleed at all, but I died.
Damn.
Like,
Yeah, it was
again,
your
nothing
Achilles
physically
heel.
happened to me, but it's like, I'm dead now.
Huh. That's fun. I like that.
Thanks. Okay, I got one more. This is a light one. I had a dream that can only be described as, you know, Hundreds of Beavers, the movie with hundreds of beavers in it.
No, I thought you were asking if I knew the concept of hundreds of beavers, and I was like, I can imagine them.
Okay, so imagine that. It's like a slapstick silent comedy starring hundreds of beavers. It's that, but with Kermits. I had a dream that was hundreds of Kermits, all played by one woman in various Kermit suits, but like not the head, just the rest.
Work.
They were all different colors, and I just thought that was neat.
Yeah.
How about you, Sadie?
I had a dream that I had to apply for my cats to get a job and include a picture. And the website was like, make sure your cats look professional. No pics of them where they put their butt in your face.
That's great. That's really good.
So, season 2, Two Truths and a Lie, has been fulfilled. You now know that the lie was Bobby Brigg finds redemption coaching Nadine on how to be the best high school football player in Twin Peaks high school history. I was kind of faking you out.
That boy's not
She
redeeming
did
himself.
wrestling and he does not redeem himself. I want to do Twin Peaks bingo.
It's great because it was far and away the most realistic sounding one.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. I had a
Good
lot of
move.
fun. Because we still have, like, I think 8 episodes or so left. And that's enough for Twin Peaks being bingo. I found one of these websites that will just, if we put all the things in, it will generate a bingo card. I want us right now to come up with 25 things that would go in Twin Peaks bingo. And this can be things that are just classics of Twin Peaks. These can be things that we say about Twin Peaks, like that are like things that happened to us in the podcast or something. Anything.
25 is a lot.
I think we could do 25.
25 right
Yeah.
now? I don't know, man. Let's try.
Okay. Number 1, coffee. Boom. I'm going to say number 2, the show is stupider than Lily's next time on Twin Peaks prediction.
That's great.
3, season 2 sauce. Just if we say it has season 2 sauce and it's good in a way that we like it, that's a bingo.
Sure. Jerry Horn is silly snack.
Oh, Jerry Horn silly snack.
Diegetic song. Character sings or performs a song.
Character sings or perform. Is that the same or different ones?
That's the same thing.
Diegetic song / character sings or performs a song. I'm gonna say. I mean, I want to say like fuck ass Windom Earle scheme, but
almost a foregone conclusion.
Ray, I'm gonna say Windom Earle scheme too high concept.
Sure. Can we get Bobby thirsts for what's her name there?
Shelley?
Not Donna. Audrey. Bobby thirsts for
Audrey. Okay, I'm gonna put in Rude Boy Bobby, and then I'm gonna put in Redeemed Boy Bobby. Because he has some of those.
Oh, that's great. Okay, can we have one that's like, remember that character?
Remember that character? Yes. I'm going to say like season 2 sauce derogatory. I think that's like, if we're spending too long on one thing, if we are like aping something from season 1 in a way that's just too directly like, hey, remember when David Lynch did that? I don't know. Check this out. That's the season 2 sauce derogatory.
Okay, I see.
How about we love Dale, smiley face, and then we hate Dale, sad face.
Yeah, I stand by that.
Okay, we have Jerry Horn silly snack. I kind of want to just put in also like snack time, which is substantial screen time devoted to talking about the snack.
Yeah, sounds good. Explicitly talking about. We should note that. Like there will be donuts at some point.
Yeah. I'm good for snack time, substantial screen time.
Oh, what about like a dream, a televised dream?
A televised dream. I'm also just going to put the horrors.
Sure. Okay. Let's say like some sort of, we keep saying White Lodge without explaining White Lodge. I think like referencing that there are mystical things without giving any meaningful information.
Yeah. I'm gonna referencing mystical things without giving any meaningful information. That's gonna be squeezed on a bingo square, but we'll make it work. Because I want to give you these, because I think here's how it works. We're gonna make all these, and then you're gonna have to tell me in the episode when we are checking one of your bingo squares.
Okay. And we're going to need to have a fun little sound effect. That's the official bingo stamp effect. Whoever edits this episode has an immense responsibility.
Find out what our fucking bingo stamp sound effect is.
I think it could be like a clown horn.
That's a crazy one. Okay. Okay, we're at 18 to 25. This isn't too bad. We could dip into some like really obvious, like some of the real basic Twin Peaks stuff too. I guess we have some of that.
Sure.
The whole thing smacks of gender. I'm just gonna write smacks of gender, and that can be positive or negative.
Harry as Butch.
I'm gonna put in, we don't understand a character scheme. Like the characters are cooking something, and we're like, what the fuck are they cooking?
Okay, how about Dick and Andy bromance?
Yes. What are things that happen to us that in the podcast that we come to a lot? Okay, we have season 2 sauce derogatory. Is there some kind of like, can we make the idea of fuck mansion? I know we're allegedly leaving fuck mansion, but like something that feels like fuck mansion, a bingo thing, you know?
Well, the thing about fuck mansion is it usually feels like a completely unrelated show has been sliced in. and that show is like a softcore porn.
Yes.
Can we use any of that?
I think the idea of just like, what show are we in?
Yeah.
What show are we in? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Okay. 3 more.
Actual tears from one of us. One of us has to cry actual tears.
Real life tears. Okay, love it. I feel like I've been spitting a lot of these out, so I'm putting these last 2 on you.
Yeah, sure. Oh, hey, where's Hawk been? I think it's gonna be like a Hawk indigenous mysticism weirdness, you know?
Yeah. Indigenous mysticism weirdness. I'm putting a :/ face to show that we don't approve.
Thank you. Okay, and finally, owls.
Owls. Okay. Fuck yeah.
That's 25 things, so we're not going to run through them again, but we will post them. We'll put them everywhere. We'll put them on the Patreon, on the Blue Sky.
I'm putting this 1 item per line. I'm generating our bingo card. Thank you, bingobaker.com.
Thank you, bingobaker.com. This episode is brought to you by bingobaker.com. Bake your bingo today.
Exactly. Okay, here is your Twin Peaks bingo. This can go in the show notes. And Lily, I want you to take this image and I want you to stamp out this.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. Fuck yeah. Okay.
I think I'll actually print it out. I have bingo stampers.
Yes. See, I knew this would be fun.
This is a great idea. This rules. I have a good feeling.
Anyway, last time our predictions, your predictions, I don't want to claim responsibility. You're the genius. For Twin Peaks was that A plot, James is back in town, takes one look at Nadine, etc., and goes, this isn't the TV show I want to be in, and leaves again. He's this time on a pilgrimage to Missoula, Montana. His bike breaks somehow, so he needs to do it on a riding mow, and we never see him again.
Damn, I went off. That's great.
If you wish, I will let you claim your first bingo stamp on this one. On the show is show is stupider than Lily's next time on Twin Peaks prediction. I think him just going right back to Fuck Mansion is stupider.
No, I think you're right. Obviously, a lot of this stuff was like half a joke. I think the leaves again east this time, that was real. The riding mower thing was a joke. So maybe like, yeah, you know what? I would love to get a point for this.
Take your bingo stamp, but play that sound effect, editor. Hi guys, it's Sadie. I'm going to be real with you. We're not making a bingo stamp sound effect that we have to minutiously put into every episode whenever we talk about playing the bingo stamp sound effect. Additionally, in basically every future episode, Lily does say, oh, and now we'll play the sound effect. So every time that happens, you'll just have to imagine a clown noise or whatever the fuck dumb sound effect we were going to put in. But that's too much work, so enjoy. B plot, we said Echkardt is gonna creep around the margins, gets a job at the butcher counter and wears a butcher apron with fancy flashing lights to distract from his face so Josie doesn't recognize him when she was going to buy the missing weenies, of course. I got that shit.
This podcast is really good.
Lily, what happens next time on Twin Peaks?
Heading back into town, James stops at a gas station and discovers a young widower who whisks him away to fuck apartment.
Okay, what are the key traits of fuck apartment? What's going on there?
It's Tudor themed.
Okay, heading back into town, James stops at a gas station and discovers a young widower who whisks him away to fuck apartment. It's Tudor themed.
Oh, I guess widower is, like implies a man.
Yes,
also.
James can be bisexual.
James can be bisexual. Okay, well that's the B plot. Realistically, that's the B plot. The A plot is, well, it has to involve chess somehow.
It could have to do with this our tripartite note that Frankenstein Leah has written for the ladies.
Oh, that's probably true, eh? Okay, yes. Leo's note is discovered and reassembled without much fuss, because everyone reports it to the police. Coop takes one look and he realizes, oh my god, the power of the subconscious mind has meant that Leo has accidentally delivered me a perfect set of algebraic chess instructions. So the next like 12 moves are figured out. And now he's like, well, I guess no one's going to die.
Oh, okay, all right, let me finish writing this down. Next time on Twin Peaks, our A-plot, Leo's note is reassembled without much fuss because everyone reports it to the police. Coop takes one look and realizes, oh my god, the power of the subconscious mind means that Leo has unwittingly delivered, I wrote I'm going to say my ass, has unwittingly delivered my ass a perfect set of chess instructions. The next 12 moves are figured out, and he's like, epic, no one needs to die. B-plot, heading back into town, James stops at a gas station and discovers a young widower who whisks him away to fuck apartment. It's Tudor themed.
And that's TSTV, folks.
TSTV.
Thanks for listening.
Bye. Oh,
Sadie.
yes.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. TSTV is hosted by Sadie Avery Lake and yours truly, Lily Alexander. Our music is by Jamie Page, show art is by Maya Fernandez-Giles, and this episode was edited by Mary Chan at Organized Sound Productions. If you have any burning questions or comments for us, please send us an email at hello@tstv.show. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for listening.
Hello, everybody. It's Sadie here with the content warnings for Twin Peaks Season 2, Episode 16, also known as Episode 23, also known as The Condemned Woman. So, this one, everything I've been saying in the last handful of episodes about how it's been handling Josie's plotline with a particular edge of racism and misogyny is dialed up basically as high as it can go. The show is going to be really gross to Josie throughout the whole episode, more or less. And I don't love it at all. We will talk about it quite a bit, but be advised. Otherwise, I hope that you've enjoyed this podcast and have a lovely rest of your day. Bye.